So like I just realized something. Public transportation really gave me my first taste of freedom. Something that like nobody really could ever give me, not even like my family, for real, for real. And public transportation is dang near for a long time. It really was like my salvation. So yeah, but before I get into all the logistics, my name is Zell, and welcome back to my channel. And today we're talking about public transportation because public transportation helped me do a lot of things, go get back and forth to school, all of that, right? So I have a couple. I have a story to tell. Normally, how I do these videos is I do like story perspective, whatever. But I wrote this story down because I actually did not want to forget this story because it really means so much to me. But before I even get into this story, I want to say that what even sparked this whole video was I was talking to my one friend, and he was just like, "Yeah, bro, everybody is like leaving my job, and I'm gonna have to like catch the bus." And I was just like, then catch the bus, like, cause I love catching the bus. I catch the I if if I could give, not even like if I could, because I technically can, but if I really could afford to give my driver license up and get a bus pass, I'm taking the bus pass because I love public transportation. Like, I love public transportation. Like, swear to God. Um, Hold on, I'm just going. I'm doing like a new thing where I like write down all my timestamps for all my shorts, because going back and doing the shorts and post edit, yeah, whatever. I'm not doing like any of that. But anyways, so the story is, right. My actual story about this is I got introduced to public transportation at a very young age. I remember my mom taking me and my brother to our doctor's appointments on the bus. And those were some of the most funnest moments of my life, right? Because one, I got to skip school, right? Two is because I loved riding the bus. Like, I still remember the feeling of getting on the bus, right? Um, and seeing like everybody just on the bus, just living life and just waiting for like their actual stop. Like, I love seeing the people. I love seeing the sights. I loved hearing the stop requested. Like, right? I loved everything about the bus. It really felt like it was an adventure. It felt like it was an adventure. And it felt like I don't know. I was just really happy. Like, I just like it was just seeing all like the different neighborhoods, because like, yeah, like, okay, like when you're in a car, right, it's just you and your family. But when you're on the public bus, it's you and everybody else. So now you're like looking at all the sights, and you're seeing, people get on and off the bus, and you're seeing like, oh wow, so that was there and this was there and that was there. I didn't know this, right? And it's like I was already seeing these same neighborhoods, but they just look different on the bus. They just look different on the bus, and it was, I can't describe it, but it was just crazy. We're gonna write that down. But yeah, it was just like crazy, and I just remember like loving every minute of it. So where was I? So here's like the actual thing, right? Um, by the time I got to high school, I was like, that was like my introduction to freedom, because at this point I'm 14. I didn't really have a like car or a driver's license, because where I'm from, you got to be like, I think 16 to get like your license and everything. So I had to ride the city bus, because before, like, when I was in middle school and in grade school, I would ride the yellow cheese bus, right? But when I was on, well, when I got to ninth grade, I had to ride the city bus. And what happened was my mom showed me how to get to my high school on the city bus. And it's something that I didn't even like write down. But once she showed me that, like once she showed me how to catch the bus on my own, and she showed me how to get to my high school, yo, I was really free. Like, and let me explain why. Is because, okay, so I'm in ninth grade, right? I remember waking up at like the crack of dawn. Like I'm talking like 5:30, 6 a.m. to ride the city bus to meet my friend at school so that we could just do stupid stuff at school for like a half an hour before school even like, opened up. Those were some of the best memories I probably will ever truly have, was just going down the hallway, taking like one teacher's chair and like pushing them down the hallway with it. Like it's just crazy. Like I swear, like some of the best memories that I ever experienced. Like, and it didn't matter the weather. It didn't matter if it was cold, if it was hot, if it was rainy, it didn't matter. I was on that bus. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, um, I was on that bus. I was on the bus, right? And I was like, that was my free, man. I was free. And I remember like, cause see, like when I was able to get on the bus by myself, it felt like my whole worldview just opened up. It felt like no longer was I confined to just like my neighborhood. I was confined to every neighborhood because I can go wherever I wanted to go. Right. I mean, if as long as I knew the bus route to get there, I could go there. Now I didn't really go too far, right? I didn't do nothing crazy and go to like a whole different part of the city or nothing. I ain't. It was like none of that. I ain't do nothing too crazy, but um, like you know what I'm saying. It was a couple things. Like I remember being able to stay after school with my friends and talk stuff and go get pizza after high school was over and not being worried about being able to go home because I had a free bus pass. Like those were the days, man. Those were really like the days. Like and again, it was that freedom. It tasted like a honey bun, actually, just kind of like, just real sweet, real sugary. It was real sweet. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, man, what is bro talking about? Why is he writing down timestamps? Um, so yeah, that was pretty much that. But really though, right? I think, and here's like the actual thing too, right? To be quite honest with y'all, I think not only did I fall in love with the bus, I also fell in love with the possibility of just anything. Because when you're totally like, when you have freedom, bro, you're free to do whatever you want. The possibilities are just endless. And I think that's what I really fell in love with, even as a kid, just knowing like, yeah, just knowing like that it's just, it was just fun. It was just fun. It's kind of hard to like, really explain, but it was really just fun. Um, and yeah, no, I did write on like the next page, but because these are like my real thoughts. Like you gotta understand, like I didn't really know how passionate I felt about the city bus. I really didn't know until I started like doing this whole video at work. I really didn't know, but I love the bus. I love the fact that I love to ride the bus, and people look at me crazy like I love that, but I do. Like, people look at me crazy because they be like, "Oh, you ride the bus? You go really ride the bus?" Yeah. Why not? Like, why would you not ride the bus? I don't understand. Riding the bus is convenient. It saves you a little bit of extra cash. Um, the only inconvenient part about the bus, truthfully, is that sometimes you can't get dropped off where you are trying to like directly go, but it's always in that same area. So I mean, I don't know. Listen, I don't know, but I'm just saying like it's convenient. People love to be convenient. It's comfortable. I mean, kind of. If you well, it depends on your definition of comfortable, really, but like, right, kind of. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So there's that. Now, if you turn the page, right? Turn the page. This is where my real kind of thoughts, like you know what I'm saying. But see, here's the thing that I kind of just realized today like the thing is, I was interested in the bus because it was freedom. I was interested in the bus because, of the possibility of everything. But I was interested in the bus because, really, when you think about it on like a deep level, really, I got like, you get to wondering like what everybody's story is, right? You get to think, okay, like, are we on the same journey but just taking like different paths? Are we on, like, right, like, are we on the same journey but just a different destination? Is this person really different from who I am? Because from on the outside, he's just a regular random person, but on the inside, I don't know if we think the same, if we are the same, if we have different views on something. I don't really know. They're just a bystander. But it always really wandered in the back of my brain, like, what's that guy's story like over there? What is their motives in life? What do they believe, right? And that's what kind of always got me curious. And then just hearing that stop requested, play as they pull like the little lever to get released off of the bus, is like, okay, did their chapter just start or did their chapter just end, right? Like, it just always made me think, like, how did the rest of their day actually go? Like, it just always really made me think, how did the rest of their day actually go? What happened in their day? Were they having a good day? Were they having a bad day? Like, it just always made me wonder. And that to me was really fascinating. Like, truly fascinating. All right, I'm gonna write that down. All right. Because you see, most people don't really see it that way. Most people will say like, "Oh, you're thinking about it way too much," and "Oh, you're kind of crazy for even saying this." But like, in this case, in my mind, crazy really is good. Crazy really is good because, because you just really don't know, right? You really don't know. But I was always curious, and to be quite fair, if you already haven't guessed, I love the bus, and even given and even given the opportunity, if given the opportunity, I would ride the bus right now. But I'm stuck sitting here doing this video. But I would ride the city bus right now. I have no shame in it. There's no shame. Riding public transportation is not there's like a word for it. Hold on, let me get my hold on. See, I'm about to use one of my vocab words. Hold on, we're gonna do this correct. Oh wait, wrong journal. Wrong journal. Hold on. I'm gonna get one of my vocab words. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let me see. So the word is a base. Yeah, to humble or degrade a base. So riding the bus, I don't even, matter of fact, you know, that's whatever. I'm not gonna try to like use that in a sentence. Like, but what I'm trying to say is, riding the bus, you should have no shame. You do not degrade yourself by riding public transportation. It is a cheaper option to in Uber, Lyft, or another like equivalency type of app. Um, it's an adventure. It's something worth doing. Like, it's an adventure. And if you really sit and you take in your environment, you'll see how fun it truly is. You'll see how grateful you truly are to have a city bus, to have public transportation. Like, Because, I mean, hey, would you rather not have a city bus, or would you rather have? I'm just saying. Don't look at me. I'm just saying. Don't look at me. I didn't. Hey, like you know. Um, but yeah. I mean, but see, like, okay. Last thing before I end the video, right? Last thing before I end the video. Ponder this. If people can be professional football players, then why can't I be a professional public transportation passenger? Why can't I? What is stopping me? What's stopping you from being a professional transportation passenger? So, and yeah, that is the end of my video. Again, my name is Zell, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.